Hi everyone. Hello. I am fine. How are you all of you? This is your economics sir T.R. Ganesh. I am going to explain about the plus 2 economics chapter 1 introduction to macroeconomics. As you are all well exposed in plus 1, you know very well about the microeconomics. As a beginning part, we will start with the session from the topic economics. What is economics? What are the basics of economics? What are the types of economics? So those things will make a recap, then we'll enter into the topic. Okay. First, introduction. How to introduce ourselves? For example, if you are new to a place, or if you are new to the classroom, or if you are new to a working area, any of the wing, if you are entering there, how to introduce yourself? My name is, my father name is, I am from this place, I am completed so and so degree, I am this much experience I have, like that we are expressing ourselves lot of things. So like this, economics also has its own introduction. For example, not example, this is a content, so straight away we enter into the economics. Economic means, including only two things. One is, it's a science of wealth and study of wealth. It's a science of wealth and study of wealth. So first of all, what do you mean by wealth? So economic means simply, it's a science of wealth and study of wealth. Okay, sir, I am very clear about what is economic means, sir. Then, what do you mean by wealth, sir? I want to know further some more explanation about wealth, sir. Let me see. Anything which can be converted into money is called wealth. Simpler சொல்லணும்னா எதெல்லாம் வித்து காசு ஆக்க முடியுமோ அதுதான் wealth. Very simple definition. Anything which can be converted into money is called wealth. For example, currency, foreign currency, gold, house, car, bike, whatever the material. So இதெல்லாம் வித்து நம்மளால காசு ஆக்க முடியும். This is called the wealth. Very simple definition. What do you mean by wealth means? Anything which can be converted into wealth is called, money is called wealth. Example, foreign currency, gold, house, car, bike, etc. Okay. So all those things, our living standard is based on the wealth only. Sir, why I want to know about the wealth, sir? Then only we will be getting identified whether we are rich class, middle class or poor class. This is not only India's problem. Almost all of the world, the people are separated into three groups. They are all belonging to rich class, middle class or poor class. So this only, it's a variable. Simply we need to explain, this is a variable. It helps us to represent a person whether he is rich or poor. Are you clear? This is why we need to know about the meaning of wealth. So firstly we discussed about what is economics. Economics means basically the two things. One is about science of wealth and study of wealth. Why they use science here? Why they use study here? Science means it is based on fact and theories. For example, if I am drop a pen or a pencil, what it will happen? It will fall down. Why? Because of gravitation force. So if any of the question, it has only one answer, then it is called a science. That is why the economics is named as it's a science of wealth, as well as economics is a branch of social science. Number of answers. Okay, if I am raising one question, it will be good for some people and it will be bad for another people. It will be getting differ from person to person. That is why they named it as a social science. Okay, now we will see the third one. Nature of economics. Its characters. It is popularly known as queen of social science. The nature of economics. Why it's said to be queen of social science? As we are very well practiced in the chessboard. So no other, the key points hold such power equivalent to queen. Even if you are choosing king, he will be moved one by one. But the queen, the particular queen can move either in all the direction. Like that, we can utilize the resources in all the means to develop our welfare. So that is the nature of economics. So that only it is named as, it is popularly known as queen of social science. Next number, point number 2, it studies economic activities of a man living in a society, whether he is a rich or poor. It studies economic activities of a man living in a society. Next number, point number 3, it is concerned, economic activity concerned with efficient use of scarce that satisfy the wants of man. So as we studied in +1, we know very well about human wants are unlimited, but the source availability is limited. Again we need to enter into the utility. What is utility? Utility is nothing but usefulness. It can be classified into 7 types. As these things we all know very well, but anyway it's my duty to explain. Again we need to recall, because from the basic only we need to start everything. Then only it will be easy to understand. So economic activity concerned with efficient use of scarce that satisfy the wants of man. Example, if you are choosing one particular lesson, if the lesson consists of book back only 5 questions, but the content we have a lot. So what are the basic things we need to know? That if we identify, it will be very easy for us to. Actually, in a book, it contains lot of information, but for easy understanding, they are compiling and they are giving into a minimum part. Okay, so our efficiency, we are not only focusing about the book back, at the same time line by line if you are entering into that, mean it will be easy to secure more marks. Okay, that is the thing, the efficient, this is the efficiency. Here the word we need to use here is efficiency. Economic activity concerned with efficient use of scarce that satisfy the wants of man. The major factors are responsible. What are the major factors? Number 1, the existence of unlimited human wants. Example, இப்போ என்கிட்ட ஒரு கோடி கொடுத்தா நான் என்ன பண்ணேன், ஒரு 10 கோடி கொடுத்தா நல்லா இருக்குமே, because human wants are unlimited. So the existence of unlimited human wants, here we need to notify this. Next, the scarcity of, at the same time, the scarcity of available resources, we are satisfying the people. That is nature of economics. Okay, so this is the nature of economics. Number 1, it's a queen of social science, and also man living in a society and helps to satisfy the activities, wants of man, and also responsible for existence of human wants and scarcity of available resources. Okay, this is the nature of economics. Now, next, number 4, what is economics? From here only we are getting start our topic. What is economics? Very simple. The branch of knowledge. It's a branch of knowledge concerned with the major factors: production, consumption, and transfer of wealth. The transfer of wealth include 2 important subdivisions. One is distribution and another one is exchange. This you are very familiar, as we know very well. The branch of knowledge, economics is a study. It's a branch of knowledge concerned with production, consumption, and the transfer of wealth. Next, basics of economics. What are the basics of economics? This is also one of the important 2 mark you studied in +1. As a recall, small recap, again I am recalling the content. It is derived from the Greek word oikonomia. Oikos means household and namians means management of household. Simply we can represent it. It is derived from the Greek word oikonomia, means management of household. Okay, who developed this? Based on the principles of Adam Smith, so he was called as father of economics. Adam Smith called the father of economics. Actually our subject is based on his theory. Okay, just like computer, Charles Babbage, like that we used to represent here. So we are using the term. This is why we are using the term Adam Smith, called father of economics. Next, it's a science. First I told you before, it's a science of wealth and as well as study of wealth. Why he represented it? Because the science relating to the laws of, based on 4 important factors. These are the determining factors. Number 1, production. Number 2, consumption. Number 3, distribution. And number 4, exchange. The primary factors relating to economics is basically 2, production and consumption. This is one of the important 1 mark, as you know very well. Okay, now we'll see the next topic. Then its main branches. Economics mainly consists of two important branches. One is micro and another one is macro. Micro means small, macro means large. So in micro level studies we studied in +1. In macro level we are going to study in +2. So this is why our lesson getting started with a introduction to macro economics. ரொம்ப சிம்பிளா சொல்லணும்னா சார் ஃபர்தரா இன்னும் நல்லா ரொம்ப ஈஸியா புரிஞ்சுக்கணும். மைக்ரோ ஸ்மால், ஃபார் எக்ஸாம்பிள் இஃப் யூ ஆர் என்டரிங் டு எ ஃபாரஸ்ட், ஒரு ஃபாரஸ்ட்டுக்கு போறீங்க, there will be n number of trees will be available. அதில் ஒரு பர்டிகுலர் ட்ரீ இஃப் யூ ஆர் மேக்கிங் அ கேஸ் ஸ்டடி தென் இட் இஸ் கால் மைக்ரோ. இஃப் யூ ஆர் ஸ்டடிங் அபவுட் த என்டையர் ஃபாரஸ்ட் தென் இட் இஸ் கால் மேக்ரோ எக்கனாமிக்ஸ். ஐ திங்க் நவ் யூ ஆர் வெரி கிளியர். ஓகே, நெக்ஸ்ட். எக்கனாமிக்ஸ் include the major topic. Number 1, production, the engaging function. Number 1, production, distribution, trade and consumption. Production, distribution, trade and consumption. Next, it deals with என்ன produce பண்ண போறோம், என்ன distribute பண்ண போறோம், what the thing we are trading, what we are consuming, nothing but goods and services within a geographical area. Said to be Tamil Nadu, India, Asia, like that we can one particular area. We need to present it as a one particular area. So here we are going to discuss only Indian topic. So here within India we need to make a calculation. So goods and services within a geographical area. Next, by different agents. இதுக்கு நமக்கு agents வேணும் இல்லையா? Raw material, somewhere it will be available, someone producing the goods, someone exchanging the goods, someone distributing the goods, someone selling the goods, and someone buying the goods, and some other people are consuming the goods. So who are the agents? The supporting people are by different agents. Like first, number 1, individual. We are responsible. The final utility of the commodity will be given by consumer. Customer and consumer. As we studied, we know the difference between customer and consumer. Customer is entirely different from consumer. Customer, the buyers are the customer, but the users are the consumer. Okay, in our family, father is working, earning the monthly salary and earning to mother. Mother, what will do? Mother will went to any of the grocery shop, buying the goods, and we are consuming it. Mother is a customer of a particular shop, we are the consumers. Okay, so here the agents are individual, business, organization and government. So this is the thing. Elaborately we are going to discuss under macro topic. Next, types of the economics. It is based on the trade. The world countries following only two type of economy. One is open economy and another one closed economy. Open economy example India, closed economy example China. Open economy, why என்கிட்ட எதுவுமே இல்லை, எதை கொடுத்தாலும் நான் வாங்கிக்கிறேன். I am ready to purchase whatever the goods you are producing. Because I am technologically and technically I am weaker. We are explaining, we are introducing ourselves in the market, in the world market. As an economist, you are the real national builder. It's your duty to transform the level from, instead of getting the trade, getting the goods from foreign countries, we ourselves generate ourselves, the next generation, the present generation, you are the people, by tomorrow make the India to produce all the goods by our own. Stand on your own leg. நீ சொல்ல காமெடி சார், நான் ஆல்ரெடி என் காலில் தான் நிற்கிறேன். Still we are all under the shadow of, ஏன்னா இந்த யாருடைய உழைப்புலையோ தான் நம்மலாம் என்ன பண்ணிடுவோம். Still we are all getting our protection. We are under one roof because of parental care. Okay, நம்மலாம் வந்து சுயமா all the thing we need to produce ourselves அந்த லெவலுக்கு வரணும். Still we are in the following, the first one, open economy, market economy. The open economy is nothing but market economy. Here free of trade. எந்த பொருளை வேணாலும் எங்கே வேணாலும் கொண்டு போய் ஈஸியாக நம்ம சேல்ஸ் பண்ணிக்கலாம். Okay, number 2, and also we are importing huge percentage of goods. At the same time export is very less. So these are the things under the open economy. Next one is closed economy. எதுவுமே எனக்கு வேணாம், என்கிட்ட இருக்கிறது எனக்கு போதும். I don't want any help from anyone. I am manageable. I have the capacity. Example China, I told you before. No activity is conducted with the outside. At the maximum, ரொம்ப ரெக்வஸ்ட் பண்ணி கேட்டால் தான் அவர் கொடுப்பார், இல்லைன்னா கொடுக்க மாட்டார். They are unwilling to sell their goods. எனக்கு தேவையான என்கிட்டயே இருக்கு. I don't want to sell. I don't want money. I don't want anybody's help because I am capable. அப்படின்ற மாதிரி ஒரு பொசிஷன்ல அவங்க இருக்காங்க. No activity is conducted with the outside. Next, they are self-sufficient. Okay, they are in self-sufficient. So there will be no existence of export. Na sir, நம்ம almost வந்து morning wake up லேருந்து evening night late midnight go to bed வரைக்கும் நம்ம சைனாவோட ப்ராடக்ட் தான் யூஸ் பண்ணோம். only because of we are following the open economy. ரொம்ப கேட்குறோம் உங்ககிட்ட குடியா என்கிட்ட தயார் பண்ண at cheapest goods, very cheap cost. This is why we are begging him. We are getting all the goods from him. Okay, they are self-sufficient at the maximum. They won't follow export and as well as import. தேவைப்பட்டா மட்டும்தான் செய்யலைன்னா பண்ண மாட்டாங்க. Okay, next. Now we are entering to our chapter 1. Chapter 1, Introduction to Macroeconomics. The content in this particular chapter, what we are going to discuss is 1.1 as usual introduction, 1.2 meaning of economics, 1.3 importance of economics, 1.4 scope of macroeconomics, 1.5 limitations, 1.6 economy and its types, 1.7 economic systems, 1.8 concepts of macroeconomics, and 1.9 circular flow of income. This is the thing we are going to discuss in this particular chapter. Okay. Okay, 1.1. As I introduce myself, first I சொன்னோம் இல்லையா how to introduce this chapter. அது மாதிரி self introduction இந்த லெசனே நம்ம கிட்ட இன்ட்ரடியூஸ் பண்ணிது. Number 1, economics. It is classified into macroeconomics and microeconomics. Studying about a large, studying about a small. Okay, next number 2. Ragnar Fritz, a Norwegian and co-recipient of first Nobel Prize, coined the word. அந்த சுண்டிபுரம் மாதிரி first he used the word, coined the word. Means micro means small, macro means large. In the year 1933, he coined the word during the year 1933. Okay sir, no share பண்ணாங்கன்னு பார்த்தோம். Then who was another person sharing with him is none other than John Maynard Keynes. Simply J.M. Keynes. Further we are going to study about this person elaborately in the forthcoming chapters. J.M. Keynes, he offered explanation for fallout from the Great Depression, so that he was presenting called as, hence he was called as father of modern macroeconomics. He was the first person. So in trade cycle there are 4 important keywords normally we used to represent. Okay, if you just throw one coin, if you toss a coin, what will happen? It will move upward, upward, upward. At the maximum it will reach, again it will fall down. The same procedure is applicable in the business cycle also. When the business getting start, first one is boom. Very level, we will getting more profit, that is boom. Then the next stage, if it reaches to the maximum, so again it will little bit lower. For example, if you feel so hunger sir, romba kadumiyana pasi, going entering into the kitchen and you are collecting something, whatever it may be, you are taking the, for example, idlis, first idli, second idli, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, like that. If you are moving means automatically our the eager of taking food will be automatically diminishing. This we know very well, the diminishing factor. Romba detail ah povana. So further we will a little part I will just touch the topic and then I will come to that one. J.M. Keynes offered the explanation for the fallout of the Great Economic Depression. So I told you before, number 1, boom. Then next one, automatically it will be getting down, recession. So ரொம்ப வேகமா ஃபுட் எடுத்துப்போம், அடுத்து என்ன கொஞ்சம் கொஞ்சமாக குறையும். Then is recession, mandam, slowly the process will be slowly moving. Automatically in industrial side what they'll do, they reduce the production and also the sales will be very low. அப்படியே மூவ்மெண்ட் ரொம்ப ஸ்லோவாக, then it is called a recession. Again இது அப்படியே கண்டினியூ ஆனால் we will reach to depression, அழுத்தம். A voluntary pressure will increase and again from the depression we need to recover. It will take a long time. So this is a business cycle or trade cycle. Okay, next. இதை அவர் எக்ஸ்பிரஸ் பண்ணதுனால he was called a father of modern macroeconomics. Here we need to underline and keep in mind the first word I told you, coined the word. Who coined the word? Book back one mark. Coined the word Ragnar Fritz, father of modern economics, J.M. Keynes. Next. Hence Keynes regarded as the father of modern economics. Next. Okay, next. 1.2 meaning of the macroeconomics. It is derived from the Greek word macros, means large. It is derived from the Greek word macros, means large. Next, it is a study of the economy as a whole. Now, this sir padikano. If you, I told you before, if you are making a case study about one particular tree, then it is called micro. I need to make a case study about the entire. நான் ஏன் ஏழையாக பிறந்தேன், ஒய் ஐ வாண்ட் டு லிவ் இன் த சேம் பாவர்ட்டி லைன் அப்படின்னு நம்ம யோசிக்க ஆரம்பித்தோம்னா ஆட்டோமேட்டிக்லி அவர் லைஃப் ஸ்டைல் வில் சேஞ்ச், த லிவிங் ஸ்டாண்டர்ட் வில் சேஞ்ச். அதை பற்றின ஒரு சின்ன விஷயம்தான். ஓகே, இஸ் த ஸ்டடி ஆஃப் த எக்கானமி ஆஸ் அ ஹோல். நெக்ஸ்ட், இட் இஸ் ஆல்சோ நோன் ஆஸ் இன்கம் தியரி. அப்போ மைக்ரோக்கு ஒரு பேர் இருக்கா சார்? இருக்குது. மைக்ரோ தியரி ஆல்சோ கால்டு ப்ரைஸ் தியரி. மேக்ரோ எக்கானமி இஸ் ஆல்சோ கால்டு income theory. Why it is said to be income theory? It is concentrating in the huge areas like employment and national income. Okay, it covered the areas like employment and எல்லாமே பெரிய பெரிய விஷயம். Every country there is a the ongoing problem, employment as well as unemployment இருக்கும். So here the macroeconomy covers the area like employment, national income, business cycle, poverty, inequality, capital formation, balance of trade, balance of payment, exchange rate and economic growth. So it covered, again one more time, easily we can remember 3 plus 2 plus 2, like that we can identify employment, national income and business cycle. First 3, employment, national income, business cycle. Next 2, poverty, inequality. Poverty, inequality. Next 2, capital formation. Capital formation. And then balance of trade, balance of payment, exchange rate and economic growth. I think you are very clear with this statement. So this is the meaning of the macroeconomics. It covered the areas. Okay, next. 1.3 meaning of the macroeconomics. Sir, just before only we discussed, sir. Again, why we need to see, sir? ஒரு கொஸ்டினுக்கு ஒரு ஆன்சர் மட்டும் இருந்தால், I told you before, it is science. If there is more than one answer, then it is called a social science. Economics is a chapter, it's a branch of social science. அதனால இதுக்கு வேற என்ன ஆன்சர் இருக்கு? We need to make a in depth we want to know. அதில் போகும்போது under the subtopic meaning of the macroeconomics, point number 1, to understand the function and to solve the basic problem prevailing. ஏன்னா problem is everywhere. ஏன்னா human wants are unlimited. இங்க ஏன் சார் problem யூஸ் பண்ணா? Because human wants are unlimited. Students, here we want to identify one thing, the source availability is limited. கிடைக்கிறத வச்சு நம்ம satisfy பண்ணோம். So that is why they are representing the first point, to understand the function and to solve the basic problem prevailing. Okay, understanding the future problem. Example சொல்லணும்னா, in plus 1 we studied about the economic and non-economic goods. அதாவது free goods, free economic goods. Sunlight, air, water, இதெல்லாம் renewable. These are all the things we make a complete study in the lower section. Once upon a time water is available everywhere. Ubiquitous அப்படின்னு சொல்லுவோம். Everywhere, it will be available in everywhere. But there is no need to pay any money. But today we are contributing a minimum amount for purchasing of water. இன்னைக்கு அது வந்து மாறி போச்சு. ஏன்னா ரீசன், பிகாஸ் இட் இஸ் இன் த ஸ்கேர்ஸ், த அவைலபிலிட்டி இஸ் இன் ஸ்கேர்ஸ். அது மாதிரி ஒரு ப்ராப்ளம், அதை எப்படி பேலன்ஸ் பண்ணுறது? அண்டர்ஸ்டாண்டிங் த ஃபியூச்சர் ப்ராப்ளம். ஸோ த ப்ரெசன்ட் ப்ராப்ளம் இஸ் வாட்டர். இதே அப்படியே கண்டினியூ பண்ணுங்க. எக்ஸாம்பிள் பெட்ரோல், லைக் தட் சோ மெனி திங்ஸ் வி கேன் லிஸ்ட் அவுட். அண்ட் எவல்யூஷன் இஸ் வெரி மஸ்ட். ஓகே, அதுக்காக வந்து நம்ம சாப்பிடாம இருக்க முடியாது. அரிசி அதிகமாக விலையேறி போச்சு அப்படின்னு சாப்பிடாமலாம் இருக்க முடியாது. ஓகே, இட்ஸ் அவர் டியூட்டி. அப்போ அடுத்த ஆல்ட்ரேஷன், சப்ஸ்டியூட். வாட் இஸ் ஆல்டர்னேட் குட்? வி நீட் டு திங்க் அபவுட், to evolve the precautionary measures, how to prevent the over exploitation. அதான் எக்கனாமிக்ஸோட வேலை. பீயிங் அ நேஷனல் பில்டர், ஐ டோல்ட் யூ பிஃபோர், நம்ம தெரிஞ்சோ தெரியாமலே இந்த டாபிக் எடுத்தோம். யூ ஆர் த ரியல் நேஷனல் பில்டர். ஓகே, கீப் இன் மைண்ட். அண்ட் வி ஆர் த நாட் ஓன்லி த, வி ஆர் நாட் question creator, we are the solution maker. So provide ample opportunities to understand the reality. Provide ample lot of opportunities to understand the reality. Next point, this helps to make comparison and analysis of indicators. So as in economics is based on the indicators. நமக்கு தெரியும், indicators means in 10th standard I am familiar with the indicators are GNP, GDP, NNP, NDP and PCI sir. Not only these alone indicators, further there were 4 more indicators are there. This we are going to study in an elaborate manner in chapter number 2. Okay, next, to formulate suitable policies and to avoid the economic crisis. Future la இந்த problem வந்தா, so at present we are facing the pandemic. Okay, நம்மளோட main aim na we need to eradicate the problem. Okay, அதனால தான் என்ன பண்றோம், we are presenting the point like this, to formulate suitable policies to avoid the economic crisis. So இந்த lockdown, curfew அப்படின்னும் போது what a huge loss we are facing. So it's our duty to control. Next, scope na the area. Future, simply we can say future. For example, engineering படிச்சா scope இருக்கா, அதாவது future இருக்கா அப்படினா what is the reason? எல்லாத்துக்குமே scope இருக்கு. The ideas, if the lack of idea, அந்த ideas யூஸ் பண்றவங்க எல்லாரும் சக்சஸ் ஆயிடுறாங்க. If they are lagging in ideas, they will be facing a failure. But economics subject never faced any failure. The area, the scope of macroeconomics enter into 6 important branches. Number 1, national income. Number 2, inflation. Number 3, business cycle. Number 4, poverty and unemployment. Number 5, economic growth and economic policy. What is national income? It is a measurement. National income is a measurement. National income is a measurement of total value of final goods and services produced normally a year. It is also called gross national product or national dividend. This we know, very familiar. A familiar statement. One of the important, இது அப்படியே வந்து ஒரு 5 mark question. Maybe if it is asked in 3 mark na, this particular point is sufficient. Suppose if it is asked in 2 mark na, we need to list out only the subtopic. Number 1, national income. 2, inflation. 3, business cycle. 4, poverty and unemployment. 5 and 6, economic growth and economic policies. Okay, first I know sir very well. Measurement of total value of goods and services. Provide a long term growth process. Number 2, inflation. Inflation na panaveekum. The steady increase in the general price level, say domestic products. The steady increase in general price level is called inflation. Next, business cycle, boom, recession. Just before I introduce the word, the cyclical movement, boom, recession, depression and recovery based on the aggregate economic values, the overall economic values. Next one is poverty and unemployment. Problems in rich nations. Poverty and unemployment problem is everywhere, not only in the rich nations. Problems in rich nations facilitate allocation of resources and corrective measures. And the allocation, available sources is very less. Okay, அதை எப்படி யூஸ் பண்ணோம், the efficient use of management அப்படின்னு ஒரு word யூஸ் பண்ணோம். What do you mean by management? Very simple term. The efficient use of available sources, that is called management. இருக்கிற ஆளுங்களை வச்சு மேனேஜ் பண்ணுறது, that is why it is named as a management. Water management அப்படின்னா the efficient use of water is called water management. அது மாதிரி எந்த term வேணாலும் இன்க்ளூட் பண்ணிக்கலாம். Next one is economic growth. Sir, economic growth வேற, again why we need to include policy sir? Growth is entirely different from policy. Okay, growth, it determined only through macro analysis. In a பெரிய லெவல்ல யோசிங்க. If you are thinking in a small level, then the output is also very minimum level. If you are thinking about, for example, or a running race use பண்றோம்னு வெச்சோம். For example, 100 meters, say 100 meters, 400 meter, 500, whatever maybe, or 400 meters வெச்சிருப்போம். Target need to complete within 10 minutes அப்படினு வெச்சோம்னா நீங்க 12 minutes நீ aim பண்ணீங்கன்னா sure you will be defeated. Suppose if you are aiming to complete your running before 8 minutes, 7 minutes, sure you will be the winner. Okay, that is why growth into the பெரிய லெவல்ல இருக்கணும். Then only we will be attain to the maximum level. Economic growth determined only through macro analysis. பெரிய லெவல்ல யோசிங்க. Then only we can succeed. Next, அதுக்கு சப்போர்ட் ஆகிறது economic policy. What is economic policy? To solve the basic problem. Number 1, to solve the basic problem. Next, number 2, to overcome the obstacles and to achieve growth. Number 1, to solve the basic problem, to overcome obstacles, and finally to achieve our growth. So this is the scope of macroeconomics. Macroeconomics included 6 important subdivisions. Number 1, national income. 2, inflation. 3, business cycle, 4 poverty and unemployment, 5 economic growth, and 6 economic policies. Next, limitations. Limitations, it included totally 4 important, only 4 points. So booklet, sir, lot of things are there, sir, but you are just listing out. Actually, we need to understand the concept. Okay, if you are understanding the concept, it will be easy for us to answer. Okay, short and sweet are danger of excessive generalization of the economy. It's a there will be a danger of excessive generalization of economy. Example, or TV produce pondrom at the maximum what you can do in a house not more than 2 3 at the maximum 4 further for 20 100 TVs நம்மளால கொடுக்க முடியுமா? Not possible. So that is a limitation. There will be a limit for everything. Danger of excessive generalization. Next, it assumes homogeneity among the individual. Homogeneity. Homo means single. ஒரே மாதிரி ப்ராடக்ட் வரதுக்கும் வாய்ப்பு. Assumes homogeneity among the individual. Next, there is a fallacy. Fallacy means confusion. Fallacy of composition. Example, what is good for a country and not good for another country. ஒரு கண்ட்ரிக்கு அது சரி, ஆனா இன்னொரு கண்ட்ரிக்கு அது தப்பு. That is why they presented the word fallacy. Fallacy means confusion here. Fallacy means confusion. Next, many factors determine economic activity but do not find a place in the macroeconomic books. So it is based on theory only. So all our content is absolutely based on theory. Practically, if you are implementing means, then only we will come to a conclusion. Economics is a subject. It is giving a particular pakka training to the people to face all the obstacles and also create a solution for forthcoming problems. Okay.